my son had his friend over, and he fucked with my treadmill settings. So as soon as I turned it on, I ended up, and somehow it jumped straight to like 7, and my platform started raising, and I had to like catch up, and that shit.
You're like trying to.
I actually ended up tripping on myself and like falling down. And I was like, oh man, that fucking I always say
entrepreneur.
No, I've been saying it fucked up. Yeah, you gotta watch the video. Alright, so there we go. Welcome to Size Up Entrepreneur. I'm your boy Eli. This is your boy.
Your boy Vic.
What up? Man. So let's talk about our episode number 3. And we're going to talk about habits. And so how we're going to start this one, we're going to let my boy Vic introduce him on how his daily routine and what's his habits.
First off, we're in a new spot.
Yeah.
It's no longer the Tundra.
No, it's not.
We thought we'd do something different this time. A little more comfortable, little comfy chairs.
Relax. So that we can connect with the audience a little bit more. Downsize a lot of the tension around us. Being in the Tundra, I got my workers working for me, and I'm thinking about other stuff, the volume. Now we're in the setting.
Yeah. And fun fact, the AC in the car, the Freon, gives me migraines.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
That's why have you ever watched, like, I don't know if it's been on the episodes or not, but when we drive somewhere, I always close your vents. I can't have that AC.
Oh, I was wondering about
hit.
that.
Yeah.
I was like, huh.
If it's too cold, I still can't figure it out why, but it starts giving me a slight migraine.
Oh, okay. I looked over and I'd be like, man, my vents are closed. And I would reach over and open them up. And he's like, I don't know if it's Lupe or you, so I don't know.
Yeah, fun fact. Alright. So, habits. What is my habit that I do every morning? So when I wake up every day, I'm not one of those ones that goes straight to the phone or nothing like that. Mm-hmm. I almost when I wake up, I'm in the moment. Like I look around and I just kind of slowly think about either one, the dream that I just had, or two, I kind of like just put myself in the scenario I'm at. I don't really try to see what's happening in the world immediately. I just sit there. I wake up on my own and I kind of just clear my thought. I sit back, I put my arms up, and I just look into the ceiling, and I just kind of blank out for a moment. I try to put my mind at ease. I don't like anything to stress me out immediately. Even if I have, for whatever reason, whatever happened the day before, I try not to let that moment stress me out immediately in the beginning. So I kind of blank out stuff. I wake up, I don't know, I guess you could say gently, and then so I'll wake up, get out of bed, and the first thing I do, it's funny too, because the way I do it is, to me, it feels like something accomplished. So I'll slowly, like I'm sitting there, like, so Steph's on the right side, now I'm on my left. I'll fix the bed and I'll push off with my foot and flatten it all the way across, and then I slowly slide out of the bed. So
is it because you don't have a memory foam bed or something, or you try not to wake her up?
No, she's on my right, so the left is the wall. Oh. No, she's already gone.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah, so she sleeps on the right, I sleep on the left, so I'm against the wall. But what I do is I immediately do that because I don't want to mess up the bed. So it's easier for me to just do the bed right away, and it's already done. And it's funny too, because Steph's like, she'll walk in, she's like, oh, you already did the bed. I'm like, yeah, it like took me like 5 seconds because I just stretched it out and slide out of bed all slow. She goes, okay. So then that's like the first thing I do. You know, I want to come back home to a bed that's already made. You know, and it's funny too, because, you know, I'll say that later down, but when, we'll just say, if we're in a hurry and we go and then the bed's not made, so we have to like rush, take the girls to school or have to be somewhere, the bed's not made, I will literally, even before I go to bed, it could be 9:30, 10 o'clock, I will do the bed right before I lay down. It's just something that I have to do.
Okay.
Like it has, like for me, it has to be done. Like no matter what, whether it's in the morning or right before I go to bed, that same day, the bed has to be done. Okay. So that's one of the habits that I have to do. Like it's in me. I have to do it.
You have to do the bed. The bed has to be made. Before you leave the
casa. It gives me like a self of like accomplishment.
For the day. The start of an accomplishment.
Yeah.
I've heard those habits before.
Yeah. So then, you know, I'll get up, and the first thing I do is the kids are running around, and I just go to each one of them and, you know, give them a hug, give them a kiss. You know, go to Steph, give her a hug, give her a kiss. And I don't even really, I already know they're awake before me, so they're already running around. And I don't like to start off my day with like commotion. So I just like do that, and even if she asks me a question, I'll just like kind of slowly walk away from her, and I'll like wake myself up first, you know, grab a drink of water, and then when I feel like the water's kind of waking me up, and then I'll go and respond to Steph or the kids or whatever they're asking me. And then right after that, I jump into the shower, and then the shower is where my daily habits come into play. Like I have a daily routine that I do that gets me prepped for the day or for the week. And what I simply do is so it's weird, like I when the shower hits, I literally let the shower hit me, and I cover my ears. So you ever hit, like when you jump in the shower and you're on one side and it muffles one side and then the other's kind of open? Mm-hmm. I try to muffle both, and it lets me clear my mind on everything. Okay. So
it's just your ears filled with water.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it gives me a sense of like being in a different area, a bit in a different, you know, place. Setting. Yeah, different setting. Yep. Okay. And then what I do is then I'll do I meditate into like nothingness. Just I blank my mind out, and then I slowly start integrating what I usually have a routine of, you know, the business, myself, the family, you know, success, what I see myself in, and I play it as a movie, but it's like, you know, wrapped into like a 5-minute kind of meditation of what I've already done. And the biggest thing that I do is I try to take, you know, if something's bad happening the day before or during the week or the month, I try to see the negative, which is bad because you don't want to be in that constant motion of thinking negative. Mm-hmm. So what I do is I think of the negative, but then I replace it with what could have been done in a positive way, and then I'll replay that same scenario in a positiveness, so that way the negative is not there no more. And then I start thinking about things that make me happy, not necessarily like, you know, money or the business being successful. Literally, I think of just happy moments, you know, like the girl smiling when I wake up, you know, they're messing around. Even if they're freaking at each other's throats, it still makes me laugh because it's, you know, they're kids, so they're fighting and stuff, and it just makes me laugh. So I think
at the same time they're building their bond.
Yeah, they're building their bond regardless of them fighting or not, you know. So that's the one thing, you know, once I do that, you know, then I do the normal routines, you know, get dressed, brush my teeth, comb my hair and stuff like that, and then, you know, I try to prep for the job that's gonna happen. You know, I think about the stuff that's gonna go on and what I'm gonna need for that day, and then I go, you know, do my routine of work or, you know, stuff like that. But that's the main process that I do throughout the morning to get me started for the day. And then I do and it's crazy because I only started this 2 years ago. If I feel like I have a bad day or having a bad day, what I did in the morning with my meditation, I take 5-10 minutes no matter where I'm at, And if I know I'm in a house that somebody's there, I'll go and hide myself, and then I'll replay the meditation, and I'll do the whole thing, the 5 minutes of blanking out my mind, the good stuff that's happening, and then I have my happy moment, and then it like almost reset my day again at that very moment.
So you reset when you're in a position of your habit breaking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I try to do that, and then I go on, and it almost like instantly for me has that satisfaction of like happiness and something like everything's going good at that moment, even if it's about to go to shit. I'm in a positive mode, and I just brush it off and I keep going forward with it.
Okay.
So that's mainly really what I do. I don't have nothing like on a night. Oh, I do have a night one where it's throughout the day. I do it during when I drive and stuff. I listen to positive motivational speeches. Regardless if I can't finish the audio or the video that I'm watching, I'll usually come home, do the dinner, visit with the family, and then when everybody goes to bed, I come back to the office, and then I'll watch that same video, and I'll probably watch it again from the beginning, because I don't like to just really jump in the middle of stuff. So I'll rewatch the whole video of stuff that that interested me, or something that I will learn and pick up from somebody else that does almost a routine like me. And then that keeps me.
That keeps you going.
That keeps me going.
Keeps you going through the day.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to cut him short, but right now I want you guys to drop a comment on what you guys do for your habits in a way. Just give us one routine that you guys do for the day, so that we can implement it in our day, and we can see how that works for you guys and for us at the same time. But yeah, continue, man. That's a lot of good information on your habits,
Yeah. So let's see what I tried. One of my things too. I don't have like a set to-do list really, but I do have a calendar where I write.
So you don't only have a daily habit. You have like a weekly or monthly habit. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I do have routines, and I try to, I don't let things overwhelm me. So I know when my week is heavy. I know those moments, So I know my schedule. I know Steph's schedule. I know my family's schedule. So I try to put somewhere in my calendar a day for just us. No work. Something that's stress-free, something that's gonna, we're gonna enjoy as a family, or just me and Steph, and we forget about everything else, because it's still gonna be there. So why stress over it so much, So put yourself in a position that I put myself in a position that I'm enjoying, having fun, laughing, crying, watching a movie, reading a book. Most of the time, I do music, so we're in there just even if I don't get anywhere with the music or whatever that we're doing, I still put myself in that position to enjoy it and take my mind off of any business or negativity that's going on in my life. So I do that. I put something in my week, or 3 weeks from now, or a month from now, to put me in okay, this is my busy schedule. I already know the headache. One day I'm gonna have that's gonna completely take me away from this.
Okay. That's actually one of the traits of a person that is actually successful, is they're not working 24/7. There is a break that most people do take, and it's in their routine somewhere, somehow, whether it's separating themselves from the business for a brief 20 to a day, just resetting.
Yeah. So like Sundays,
the resetting button, and whether they do it, emotionally, spiritually, it's a very common habit.
Yeah.
Actually.
So like a lot of the big meditation that we do, me and Steph, is on Sundays. We go hiking, and we really don't talk as much. It's more of just being out with nature, clearing our mind, and just being in the present moment. We just hike up 6 miles, hike back, and we come home. And then we start talking about what we were thinking about the moment we were walking and stuff. positive, negative, anything, any moments that come up, we talk about it and try to resolve it and stuff. And then when we get home, we just, go on about our day.
Okay, man. Man, you got a lot of habits going on there. You got a lot of habits going on. Well, that's habits is a must anytime when you're going in the realm of business or the realm of getting somewhere successful.
Yeah.
Creating habits is a must, hands down. It's another one part of your mindset. So having habits for an entrepreneur can do multiple things for you. It can also become second nature to where you don't even know your habits, and you're just doing it routinely because of your rise to success. And you may not notice it right now, but as time goes on, you will.
And it's a learning experience to me too. When I do certain habits, sometimes I feel like they don't work or puts me in a worse position sometimes. So it gives me the opportunity to learn from what I'm doing to either one, completely take it out of my lifestyle, or two, change it and improve on it and stuff to make me be more successful, not necessarily in just the business, but in myself. Be successful with family, myself, inward, and then also with my business.
Okay. Well, for the Size Up family, I want you guys to also add a habit to where you're cognizant of it and write it down and see if you can grow from it and implement. And then tell us how it helped you out. By all means. We need to know, and you need to know how you can do certain things better, and we would like to learn from you also on how you can create your habits, and let us know, please.
Yeah, we even want to hear your successes. If you have a habit that we might be able to implement in ourselves, we want to take your advice also, and so that way we could try it out and see how it works for us, because we're not all the same. So my habits might not be your habits that would make you successful, but you might have a habit that makes you successful and could probably either benefit, or we just want to know about it and see how you use it in your daily life, so we could try it out, and then come back to you guys and say, oh, this didn't work for us, or hey, we tried it, it actually worked pretty good, or that we just want to know what you do as a habit.
Yeah. So now that leads off to what? My routine now?
Your routine, brother.
Well, my routine is unique because I have a newborn. So he kind of inspires me a lot more than what I've done in the past. So my routine is my son. I know my son, whether if it's my wife or me waking up with him. I generally hear him cry, and when I hear him cry, obviously that triggers me to get up, and I just get up. I attend to him, or if I'm not attending him, I try to implement the action and of creating a successful morning, and that's, for me, it's actually pretty simple. As soon as I get up and I accomplish, whether it's feeding my son or changing his clothes or changing his diapers, I instantly, from there, I stay up, and then as soon as he is done being taken care of, I go downstairs and I would do what I would normally do. I do what they call a breathing exercise, and it's a 5-minute breathing exercise. It's pretty self-explanatory. I don't know how to explain it in a way to where it just allows me to get oxygen, and the science behind it is get oxygen, and I'm concentrating on my breathing techniques to start my day. So my first breath is normally the first minute. It's a rapid exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and then the next minute it's a slow, soothing breathe to calm my nerves from that exciting 1 minute, and then I'll go back into the extravagant one, and then my fourth breathe will be a very soothed, and then it's a very concentrating breathe on my last minute, and it's something that allows me to clear my mind and everything. And then right after that, I'm actually stretching my body, so I'm kind of in a cross-legged position, and at that moment I'm actually visualizing. I guess some people would call it meditating, but for me, I visualize how my day is starting, or how am I gonna end up being in a position to where there is an opportunity. I visualize opportunity, and that's kind of like a no-fail. Even if I don't work out for that day, I that's my core of waking up. If I'm not dealing with my son, I normally just kind of get my breathing going. But I also have a habit now. Every morning I wake up, after I do all my breathing and all my stretching, I take my pre-workout and then I run. And while I'm running, I'm clearing my mind, I'm focusing, I'm thinking, all positive thoughts, positive. I don't know what I during the military, you a lot of people around you are negative when you're running. Yeah. So now I somehow learned how to deflect that, and I just feel myself a positive. Oh, today's a better day, or I wake up, I'm alive, and just for that first from 4 o'clock till like 6 o'clock, it's that me time. It's that time where
you need it.
Yeah, where I'm engaging my day, my thought process, and believe it or not, it's like the most time other than I'm driving where my ideas are flying at me, especially when I'm running. And whether I'm running on my treadmill or running outside, I don't know how I do it, but I somehow project images in my mind while I'm running.
Yeah.
And it's just positive outcomes where it comes to owning multiple businesses, investing my money, where seeing opportunity, where it lies, where is it going, and just creating an environment that is so pure and so positive that it keeps me going. I don't have the motivation to not stop. It just somehow the burn actually it ignites the fire, and it keeps igniting the fire. And as long as I do that routine, no matter how bad my day is or how great my day is, it keeps me level-headed.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say that when it comes to my decision-making process, I somehow throw that emotion out. And it's in a way because of that habit. I create this positive habit no matter what. And when by doing that, it just makes my day that much more positive, more intellectual, or whatever you want to call it, manifestation, and just be creating those little habits in time. It grows. So I would like from us to the Size Up to the Size Up family. Sorry, I'm just fucking that up. To the Size Up family, I want you to create something positive in your habit, no matter whether it's midday, end of the night, beginning in the morning. Do something positive in that habit in a way to where you can create something positive for you.
Yeah, even if it looks crazy, like I was saying, if I'm in a house that I'm working on, or if I am, no matter where I'm at, I find the moment to close my eyes, meditate, blank out myself, and think of something positive, to kind of push me through the day. Especially, I mean, if I know a lot of people have kids. You know, we have 3 girls that are constantly running around, plus Stephanie. So there's a lot of females in my life, especially with my mom and my sisters and everybody. You know, I'm around this a lot. So there's a lot of chaos that they're constantly fighting and doing this, and it kind of distracts me sometimes from doing the work just because they're running in and out, yelling and stuff like that. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with taking a moment for yourself, blanking your mind out for 5 minutes, you know, if you need it, and put yourself in like kind of reset yourself and put a positive idea in your head to kind of put you back in that positive mode to, you know, push forward in that day or that week or that month, you know, whatever it is that you're doing. And this could work on anything. It could work on, you know, if you're in a business situation that you need to make a critical decision, you know, if you're overwhelmed with that, just tell the person, hey, give me a moment, you know, I'm going to use the restroom, whatever. If that moment is for you to go and put your mind at ease, reset yourself, put something positive, come back, so that way you have a clearer mind to think of what you need to do. You know, that's what you need to do. I'm not saying, you know, it works for everybody. It works for me. He might do something different, you know, but, you know, maybe something like that you could try to be more successful in your career, your life, personally, or with your family.
Heck, let's talk about habits in a different way. If you feel like you're in a bad position, whether it's success or something's holding you back, do something different. Change your routine. Change something, and see if there's a better outcome. I challenge you to do that, because for us, we found out what works for us, and now we're in positions beyond, I think, some people you could imagine that I could be in. But
yeah.
So it just, I challenge you as a viewer, as a person of insight, whoever you are, try and change something. If you don't like it, try and change your habit. Whether it's heck, wake up earlier or start a journal. There's 10 habits that I can tell you successful people do. One of them is making your bed. Another one is reading for 6 minutes a day. 60 minutes a day. And that's a habit. Whether it's something other than social media, read a book, read an article. You know, that's another habit successful people have, is do something that's out of your ordinary routine, so that you can know that you have a better habit. What's that word of insanity? You know, you're doing something the same every time, expecting different results.
That's funny. I was just thinking of looking that up, so I could say.
You know, it's crazy. It is truly crazy that people actually believe if they have the same routine
expecting different results.
Expecting different results. Yeah. You know, it doesn't make any sense. So,
and you can see microest different habit that you implement into your life makes a tremendous effect.
Yeah, whether it's eating, you know, I've heard of people doing this where they eat pure foods, you know, organic foods, so that the chemicals from the processed foods is not in their body affecting their brain. A cold shower is another good habit of successful people, is because they're neurologically stretching themselves out in a way that they're resetting their brains and their minds.
You know, I was telling him one that from training martial arts, that when my coach would tell us, to train both sides, I implement that still to this day, when I do routine, and it kind of gets me out of my mind, where, most people are right-handed, not that many people are southpaw, but I do things that are southpaw, like, if some people sit like this, this is normal stance for somebody that is right-handed and right dominant, where I switch over, it makes me uncomfortable, and I switch my legs over, and it kind of gets me out of that zone. And that's just the habit that you could do that makes you think differently. You can implement stuff like that make you just change your life a little bit, and then you'll start seeing the ramifications of that in a positive way.
Yeah, as long as you're not doing the same thing, and you guys try to implement something, that's what I feel like people have the hardest time to do, is that they forget that they're doing a routine all the time, expecting something else to happen differently.
Yeah.
And if people just say heck with it, change one thing out of their daily routine, they could see massive results.
Yeah.
And heck, I change my things. I feel like I change certain things daily, other than my core habits of looking out for properties or looking for opportunities. Other than changing those core habits, I change stuff up daily.
Yeah.
Showing up work, and I don't even call it work. Showing up to my businesses really late to see if that really does have a different effect. Or even showing up really early, if people even notice that I showed up early.
Yeah.
Just changing little things can help have a different perspective and might have a different opportunity at that moment. And a lot of people don't do it that way. They get stuck with a 9-to-5 job, or they get stuck in a routine. And nothing wrong with routines, but they expect higher living or a higher lifestyle when they do something like that. If you ask me, the basic routine is for any person is they go to sleep, and they sleep for nothing less than 5 to 6 hours, and then from there they wake up, and from the time they wake up, that's when you can make the choice. You follow all these successful people. They have certain core routines, but their routine is not daily. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's crazy because they do certain things. They read. I'm pretty sure it's not even in order. It's like mass chaos. Because they have so much to kind of deal with, and they kind of sort out their problems. And they just imagine they're on a higher spectrum, but they're not aliens. They're humans just like us. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of one of those things.
They just developed a process that helped them. That's all it is.
But like I said, creating habits for yourself is, it's a must. But at the same time, don't do the same habits and you're expecting different results.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
like a learning curve. Do a routine that helps you. And, eventually you have to change it some way. That could be the smallest things that will change that in your life, that you'll start noticing that, okay, if I change this, well, maybe what happens when I change this? Well, something else happens, then eventually you'll start seeing that the same routine, you just started adding more, and then slowly integrating something different that you might be the same, but in a different way.
And you flipped it.
Yeah, and you flipped it.
And you just flipped it without you even putting 100% effort into something that is, I look at it when people do something crazy, like I heard of one person only taking off the left shoe before he enters in the house. I was like, what does that do? And he was like, it just changed the perspective of how I entered the house. And something even that, to me, I thought it was bazonkers, but to that person, it actually made a difference for them. And that tells you that,
it's funny too when you say that.
Crazy.
So when you grab your phone, so when I grab my phone, like I said, I'm dominant, so I could do everything with my right. So I challenged myself most of the time. I tried to do stuff with my left. I try to flip through the screens, try to text with my left. It makes me think harder. So I'm making my brain work, and that's how I look at it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna challenge myself. Can I really be as fast as I can with my left compared to my right? Can I do the same with my left? And that's how I challenge myself every day, not necessarily just on the phone, but on different aspects of life too. Not only with the business, with myself, with family, the way I walk in to the house, the way I grab food. Mostly I drink with my right. I'm gonna try it all day, drink with my left. It just makes me think differently. And whether I stick with that or not, it made me think and it made me create another habit that, you know, eventually helps me alive.
Okay. Now let's step off of the our habits. Now what kind of habits can we create for our viewers on the business aspect? What do we do daily for our business, for entrepreneurs or young entrepreneurs growing, listening to our podcast? What kind of habits can we create for them? How about this? I want you to write down 5 habits. Send it to our email, and we'll put it in the description.
Yep.
Send it to our email, and we will talk about each and every one of your guys' habits on the business aspect. And for us, I'll tell you what you guys can do. If you guys are young entrepreneurs, the biggest thing to create a habit for is advertisement for your business. That is by far the biggest thing that you can do. Give 1 hour a day towards your business on advertisement, and I will promise you that will change your life when it comes to advertising. And if you say that you don't know how to do it, change it up. Add an hour a day and learn how to advertise your business. And that can do wonders for you. It is amazing what that information that I just gave you will do for you.
Yeah. One of the habits that, you know, you guys could implement is if you're starting a business or thinking about starting a business, talk to people that are either in the area or are wanting to get started also. That gives you ideas of what you could potentially do for yourself as a business or even just in personal life. You know, that's my create a habit. If you don't talk to a lot of people, you know, if you're shy or whatever, start doing the talking to everybody, meet somebody new, you know, kind of put yourself out there, because eventually you're gonna, as a business, you know, the more you want to grow it, like you said, advertisement, you want to advertise yourself as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. You know, you want to be out there eventually, because that, you know, clients are what are gonna make your business and your life successful.
And you know, and talking about this, about young entrepreneur. See, I screwed that name up so bad. But talking about them, that's another habit that I notice about young entrepreneurs. They're not all into their business. They like to put it on the side, or they're too afraid of putting themselves out there as a part of their habit. And, you know, it's crazy when people come up to me and I tell them, hey, this is my business, Eat Okay Plan, yeah, I spit my gift of gab. I spit that out. And I let them know instantly that, hey, this is my business, I'm selling myself no matter what. Even if I don't even mean to sell it, you know, it's a habit.
But yeah, you created that
habit to where that people know that this is me. This is my business. This is what we're about. And you can be part of it or not, you know.
Perfect example, Mike Jones. He says his name on this song 40 to 50 to 60 times. And he's just all, Mike Jones. It's because he's literally putting himself out there for people in brand, in their mind, his name. So that's one of the things, kind of as a business entrepreneur, you want to do. You know, you want to brand somebody with your name, your logo, your philosophies, who you are in any aspect of yourself. You know, that's how, I'm pretty sure that's somewhere along the lines of what he's talking about, you know.
Yeah.
And brand yourself, you know, put yourself out there. So eventually later down the road, that's your habit. So no matter who it is, I mean, it might sound, some people might be like, oh, he's just throwing his business out there as soon as you meet somebody. But that's your habit, you know, because eventually you can be, we'll just say, I just started my business he could be the number one person that's part of my business. If I, in the routine and habit of saying, my name's so-and-so, I have a business, and I explain it, he could be that one in a lifetime chance that I'm like, hey, I do the same. Tell me about yourself. And I started explaining myself. All of a sudden, I just created an opportunity to be that much more successful. And instead of me just saying, oh, hi, my name is so-and-so, and then nice to meet you, and I walked away. I just lost the opportunity.
Yep. Little habits for your business can change a whole lot. And that's what we are here to explain to you guys is people just, I don't know what it is. Another habit I really want to explain is just go out there and do it. We talk about habits. Get into the habit of doing. Fun fact, 90% of us dream, but never do. It's crazy. We how about this? 100% of us dream, but we never do. 1%ers, they do. They do what they dream. So it's kind of one of those, change your habit into just not just dream about it. Add this to your habit list is to go out there and just do it. Just do it. Don't be afraid of failure. Have a habit to just, if you think of something, do it. And then reflect on it. That's the best habit that I think I created for myself of doing too. Is people have a bad habit of not doing what they believe in.
Yeah.
And it could reverse effect on you. It could reverse effect on you 85, 10, 10 years from now. And everybody wants you to run the what if scenarios. I say screw it. I don't want to live that what if scenarios and change the habits.
I'm talking about what if. So it's a habit that I fucking got not used to. And I need to make sure that it's still doing it. Okay. Sorry. So my habit is... Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. My habit is I'm used to the GoPro, so I could record constantly. This one was set, so when Sony came out with their camera, it's set at a 10-minute limit. So once you hit 10 minutes, if you think it's recording, it automatically stops. So I got in the habit of doing the GoPro. So I had to make sure, because I had to hack the Sony to extend the time frame. Yeah, so I had to make sure that thing was recording, because if not, in my mind, I just play the worst scenarios. We keep talking. And only 10 minutes of this conversation happened. I'm in my hard drive right there, dude. Like, all this information, we're like, fuck, we just didn't even record it.
It's okay. It's okay. Because in the end of the day, we have such positive attitude that it will reflect that we can still even talk about it.
Yeah. Laugh about it now, yeah.
Laugh about it later.
Yeah.
Hey.
So then that's what we're talking about, though, is a habit that you need to kind of like adjust to and switch over to, because you could be doing the same thing over and over, and the ramifications of, we could re-record this episode, but then to me, that moment wouldn't be genuine as if we did it originally. That genuine raw information, raw. Everything is raw that we do right here inside of Entrepreneurs. It's just to show that we're ordinary people. I got a question. I was thinking about that when you first were starting off.
Okay.
Tell them. Was it something? Okay, so quick background. He used to do boxing. I did MMA. Is it something that you created your habits because of something you learned, other than something that you had to routinely do, like in boxing, or is it something that you've picked up along the way, watching somebody, or you just learned it as a habit on your own self, like you knew what worked?
What do you mean?
Your habits.
My habits?
Yeah.
Like, how did I create them?
Yeah. How did it come about?
Well, I learned on the way I didn't watch nobody. I created my own path, and whether it was a resistant path or least resistant path, I just some way somehow created a path in my own way. Reading, actually, reading, listening, and experience. I know what works for me, so that kind of, it created my own habits to where if here's an example. If I created a habit and I don't like the results, it takes me a while to break it, but I'll break the habit. But if I like it and I see a positive outcome, the more I do it, I keep it. And if I don't, let's just say I miss a habit, because sometimes I don't go through my properties list, and then opportunity comes up, and then I miss that opportunity. I somehow implement it again, no matter what. And it's like a on and off switch. So if you think my past history in sports created a habit, yeah, there is some truth to that. But at the same time, on the way I adapted.
Okay.
Whether it was the military, or whether it was the sports, or just whether it was just business in general. That's just how I don't know.
So going with that, you're gonna be writing us your 5 habits that you do on a daily routine. Also want to hear how your habits came about. Was it from your past? Is it in the moment? Or is it from somebody you either, kind of follow on YouTube, you read books on, we want to hear about that. We want to know where your habits came from.
Yeah, because we want to know more about you guys.
Yeah.
Then we talk all day. We know about each other inside and out practically. But we want to know and engage our audience what you guys think and how to project your guys' self on us too, because we want to interact with our audience. Yeah. Hey, if you stay tuned, we got some new ideas coming up for our podcast. Yeah. Like I said, we're growing. We're sizing up our companies at the same time.
At the same time, we want to size you guys up.
Yeah, with our information. And I have great stuff coming up for us. I want to give you guys a little taste right now. It's about growing your business with taxes.
Gets me excited.
With taxes and rewards and opportunities to come along in the long run. Just hang in there. E2K Platinum, Walls by Vic, cares about you. You got anything to say?
No.
Yeah, we said it all. All right. Well, to the family of Size Up entrepreneurs, man, this is the 4th time. I gotta go to a speaking class.
Yeah. We're making a blooper with just that word he says. A whole 30-minute video.
Yeah, my goodness. But from us to you guys, I want to say, actually show my gratitude. Thank you for whoever watches and listens to us.
Yes.
If you're hearing us on Spotify, Apple Music, man, we just got the email with everything saying that we're all open to it and everything's going. I'm excited. Spotify, yeah. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
What else we have? We have SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
Let's see.
Castbox. We got. We got everything going. So I want to tell you, just from us to you guys, thank you. It's been an experience already.
We just got onto Google Podcast. We got onto Spotify. What else? No, we're on Spotify. So it's Spotify, Google Podcast, iTunes. Google Music, iTunes Music, SoundCloud, and then of course
our YouTube channel. So we're everywhere. Now, another thing I want to introduce is if you have a company and you want us to talk about it, explore it, and we're doing interviews now, correct? We're gonna start doing interviews. So we're sizing it up to where you can see us grow. So once again, like, follow, subscribe, join us on our journey. E2K Platinum sponsored everything, all of the above. Walls by Vic.
Yep.
Everything, all of the above. We're here to stay.
And again, thank you for listening to us, and thank you for joining us on our journey. We're very thankful, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
Peace.
Peace.